Patrick and I went in to Billy's makeup knowing full well that it was going to take hours and hours and hours. It was going to take a couple days to do.
So the first makeup we'll do is going to have this full face piece, which is kind of just like a clean, scary monster vampire look. First we shot him as a regular vampire with just like the normal prosthetic, the way I'd sculpted it, so he looked the way, you know, he would just look normal.
You know, shellacking the hair down. I still have stuff in my hair from that day. Teeth in, contacts in. They had to put the makeup on, glue it down.
The piece kind of enhanced his bone structure and make him real skeletal and old. For the video, we probably had at least 4 weeks solid work for at least 3 people. I mean, sculpting time and molds and making air bladders and teeth and casting. When we cast the foam rubber for the face pieces, probably for every 3 you do, one's really good and usable. So I'm just going over the little edges. They're like little tissue thin edges and trying to blend them in and get them all glued down. See, it ultimately won't look like an edge.
Feels very snug on my face. It's definitely on there.
We're underpainting the prosthetic red, and then we're gonna go over it with flesh colors. So this is something you really won't see, but the camera will read it, and it'll make the skin feel more flesh-like. Once it becomes more blended in color-wise, it actually will feel like it's more of his own face. I'm just fogging the makeup on. I want a little softer on the edges.
Hair director would like to know, do you have an ETA?
We'll be done by lunch.
Patrick scares me. All right, I'll just say it, he scares me.
Now I'm into regular makeup. This is rubber mask grease paint. I'm blending in the edges of the piece a little bit more.
Every stage in the transformation took roughly 4 hours.
I feel very dead right now.
There's a lot of time, especially with Billy, to be in the chair. You didn't know if he was awake or asleep. And in fact, I do think he fell asleep a couple of times.
Like nodding off a little bit, but like, oh, there you go.
This is actually a beard we bought. We're gonna make it a receding hairline. So what the hair is gonna do is obviously create a new hairline, and then we'll get it to blend in with his own hair. So we're not doing like a bald cap with the whole wig. It's just gonna be a partial hair piece that'll blend into his own.
It doesn't have that je ne sais quoi.
Directors.
Actors aren't allowed to see themselves because they complain. They go, oh, I look fat.
I heard Antonella freaked out with contacts. I mean, typical diva, but I had no problem, as you can see.
It's not you at all, huh?
Nope. Believe it or not, the key to putting these things in is keeping your eye open, oddly enough. Basically, your head's back, they've slid it in halfway, and then they're trying to adjust it and make sure it's as far back as they can before they work on the bottom side. And you're just sitting there kind of like forcing your eye open as best as you can to help them. I could actually see perfectly when those contacts were in, even though it wasn't like a corrective lens, because it made my pupil focus through this one little hole.
There are a few times when Billy had to change, so took off his shirt. And Billy's a ripped guy, he works out. Jay always made a comment about that.
Shameless. It was bound to happen.
Which makes me think that Jay's probably insecure.
So basically, we got the shot of you where they grab you and you woke up, and you saw them, and they pull you up, and they just chuck you over, and you turn around. You're being disturbed. Do it really quickly, because there's not a whole lot of time. It's like a slow turn. Just really, wham! Just a big reveal of you. Yeah. Go for it. Some more of that, but just a little off camera here.
I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing there. That's what came out.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we took out his teeth and his eyes. We're gonna take off the hair, take off his makeup. Now we're gonna take off most of it, leave the ears, and go to stage 2 where he's gonna start to bubble and boil a little bit. So that's gonna probably be about 4 more hours.
Check back next week, because it's gonna get a whole lot crazier.
Whoa.
Wow.